And welcome to Lower Class Podcast. This is Ziggy.
This is Pony.
Things didn't work out too well with SoundCloud because I know for some reason we were trying to use the format they're recording. We tried recording from the website, but it wasn't working because it wouldn't upload. Like it says like 300 megabytes, 0 of 300 megabytes uploaded. Like I remember we did a podcast and it recorded everything, but when you try to upload it, it didn't do anything for like a few days, and I left my laptop on just because of that. And then eventually I was like, I got sick of it, so I just closed it and canceled it. So now we're going back to YouTube, but this time there's not gonna be any video. It's just all audio, like what you're hearing now.
No
so
video. No video, no visuals.
yeah, we felt like it wasn't necessary to have video. Maybe in the future we might return to going back to video, but for now it's just gonna be audio. It's a lot more easier this way, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
I think that if we do video, we'll probably do some odd shit just to spice it up. Like wear a mask, maybe a ski mask, just for fun.
Oh, and also the other reason why we stopped using SoundCloud is because you have to pay for it.
Yeah.
I mean, a friend of ours, he has a podcast too, and he was gonna go with something else, but he decided to go with SoundCloud and pay for it. So I was like, I'm not gonna pay for that because we're just doing this for fun, and we're not that big, so there's no point of paying for that, even though it's not that much.
If we reach 50, then for sure, maybe. I'm not saying for sure. I mean, YouTube is free. It's nice.
There's no limitations because even with their paid um, like their pro membership at SoundCloud, there's still a limitation. You have to get like their, I don't know, like I guess you could say like their platinum membership, with it's like unlimited uploads. Like I'm sure the one that a friend has, he has like the one that's just a little bit more than the free account.
Yeah, so I mean, if we get like, I'm not saying that we probably be big. I mean, we've been doing this what, year already? Year, probably like the most with subscribers have gone is 13 subscribers,
Yeah.
but some of them are hidden. But I mean, if there is potential that we may get big, like 50 subscribers, at least, yeah, 50 I would say, or 25, half of that. I mean, because we had an idea where we're probably, I was gonna make stickers. I have my own type of art, and then plus the logo sticker for it. But I mean, the reason I don't think we have gone onto that too is more because financially, and more because we haven't seen more activity on the podcast. I know we haven't been here for what, 5 to 6 months.
Yeah.
But if it does get into that point, I wouldn't mind doing some stickers. I'm not gonna probably give some out for free, but then sell the rest. I'll probably my own art. I'll probably not sell those, but just give them away, just for more of like a memorabilia type of things, like more of a go thank you and thank you. But yeah, we tried to do a re-edition of the lower class podcast. It didn't work out. We're not willing to pay
No.
like $15 a month if we're not getting that many views. I mean,
Yeah. I mean, if you're that dedicated, I guess there's no problem. But for us, we just don't see it that way. We just don't feel like we should have to pay for that.
I think what we're probably gonna do. Well, we're gonna try to figure out is how to upload it onto like the Apple Store and whatnot, to see if it's possible or not, the audio itself.
Like iTunes.
Yeah, there we
I think
go.
it's free. It should be free to upload.
I hope so. Shit.
Yeah, but anyways, we actually do have another podcast on the SoundCloud,
Yeah.
but I'll probably end up uploading on a YouTube because I don't think anybody's gonna go to SoundCloud anymore.
Yeah, because we didn't get any of the viewers on SoundCloud, right? Like we didn't get.
No, because people weren't really paying attention. I put it on Instagram, and nobody was actually going on there and viewing it.
And not only that, like if you guys give us some feedback on this one, like we're doing the audio like we mentioned, and then we kind of like scaved away from the video. Just give us some feedback. Because in reality, I do want to know if we get more views because we're doing the videos. Then wow, fuck it. I guess we're gonna go back to that. But if it's just the audio that you guys prefer, then it's even better. Then we don't have to like
Yeah,
deal with the whole.
hopefully
Yeah,
you guys prefer the audio because honestly, I don't feel like editing any more video because that takes too long.
yeah, like and the lighting and stuff is just like a lot of what is it backfeed or like
I don't know when I don't know, for some reason isn't like the video and the audio doesn't sync up, and then I have to readjust it through a software, and even doing that there's still sections where it's kind of off because the video kind of tends to slow down and the audio doesn't match up. Like the first 20 minutes it'll be in sync, and then after that it's not in sync anymore, so our mouths don't match from what we're saying. So I guess we'll stay with audio only, mainly because I'm just lazy to edit videos. So
yeah.
at least with the audio, we just have to just upload it, and that's all we gotta do.
So the audio is gonna happen. So this is gonna happen. It's much more relaxed because we can do whatever the fuck we want, technically, because we don't get like bad feedback from other people saying, oh, you can't smoke on the podcast, you can't be drinking on the podcast.
Well, I mean, it's not that people are saying that. It was mostly just a suggestion, I guess.
No, that's true.
So I mean, we went with that. So we didn't decide not to do that anymore.
But overall, I mean, I guess we're just gonna try this out and see how this goes. We are back. We never left. We are here again, trying to reinvent this to see if we're more comfortable on the mic now. We're not.
Yeah, I mean, I think we mentioned it before, probably on the last podcast we did on SoundCloud. The reason why we stopped is because our work schedule was kind of conflicting.
Mm-hmm.
Because he had the days that he had off, I was working, so we couldn't really do the podcast. So we put on a temporary hiatus. And I'm not gonna lie, there was times where we thought at least I thought we weren't gonna do this anymore because
Yeah.
it just been too long. And then I guess one day we just decided to do it again because my work schedule changed. So as I mentioned before in the previous podcast, I'm only working at the hotel now, and I got rid of that bar job. So now I think for now, me and Omar, our pony, we have the same days off.
Yeah.
For the meantime.
So like we mentioned before, in the podcast itself is more of the hot topics. See whatever's updated. As you guys know already, our president's Trump, and a lot of people are rioting. But it's funny that these people who are rioting, are funded by a billionaire named Soros. Soros is the guy who basically is the 1%er, the guy who causes the commotion, who rattles you up. It's like, well, I'm gonna give you this money, and you go over there and try to what is it called? Not veto, but when you take a president off presidency, call it something. But basically, reject the president, take him off his pedestal that he's on right now.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, you're looking at two people. You're looking at a dude who probably is out of norm, and then you got Hillary, who's been doing this shit for 35 years, but it's really known because they've been integrated into this political background and society. Like they're.
Yeah, I mean, Donald Trump. I guess he's a good businessman because he owns a lot of things, but I can't really make an analysis on his political views because I only seen like little small clips here and there. Like I don't know how good of a president he'll be, but hopefully shit doesn't get expensive.
In reality, I like a lot of people like making a big deal out of this. I mean, I really think it's like, to me, the way I see it is that the way that this happened is more of like, you choose one of the both, but whatever choice you make, you made a bad choice. So meaning that the government or Congress can just go, well, you chose them, that's your fault. I mean, Congress, nothing passes, anything that the president puts it, and it has to go through Congress. If Congress doesn't want it, then it does, and in reality, Congress is the one that controls.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people that are against Donald Trump winning. A lot of them were saying they wanted to move to like some other country, like Canada or some shit like that. It's like, it's not that extreme yet. You don't even know how it's gonna work. You have to give it some time first, Like I mean, honestly, I mean, yeah, maybe Donald Trump is kind of a dipshit or whatever. I don't know, but we'll see how it goes. You know, if nothing happens, I mean, if everything goes well, then I don't have an issue with it.
I
But
feel like I don't think anybody's seen the big picture. That's what I feel. I don't think anybody's seen the big picture. I think everybody believes that we're still integrated into this society where one person controls all, and then in reality, it's more of like those who have money control all. In reality, I mean, see it like a football game. A football game, when they're playing, what's the first thing you see? Advertisement, right? And the sponsors. So basically, the U.S. is basically sponsored by many, one percenters and so on. I mean, if it was reality, if it was in reality, every time you see like a news update or whatever, you'll see a sponsor behind it, like fucking Monsanto and all that shit. Uh, you know, the one percenters, Bank of America, and whatever.
yeah,
I mean, these are the people who control. I mean, to me, I don't believe in the system. I can't believe in the system. I probably believed it in the most, like I mentioned before. I believed in it the most when probably back in the '60s. As far as it goes. I mean, because after that, everything just went to shit in reality. I mean, JFK did a speech. Eisenhower said something when he went out of office. I mean, all of these things. I just really don't want to quote them because it's just more. I'd rather have people search them more than me explain to them what this is. If I do, if I say, like, if I mention these names, then people have more highly of a chance to go, oh well, I want to know what they said, and then you'll find out, and the more you find out, the more deep into research you
yeah.
get.
Just Google everything. You know.
Yeah, because I mean, Eisenhower said something. JFK said something about the government itself. I mean, it's all reality, but I guess in terms, everybody forgot. It seems like nobody remembers these things. I'm a very old school person, so I don't I enjoy history. I enjoy history, especially that stuff. I enjoy the fact that people were able to predict the future. In other words, in the sense of because they saw what is it? They saw signs. They didn't really like, oh well, I'm a fortune teller, and this is no. It's more like because they saw the signs, they kind of predicted what was gonna happen, and it's happening. I mean,
Yeah, even like the Mayans? They had like the calendar.
mm-hmm.
Said supposedly predicted a lot of things that happened. I mean, I looked at it, but I don't know. I guess I didn't really I just kind of glanced at it. I didn't really pay attention to it. I mean,
Yeah,
I don't know how true that is, but
because all these things that are happening right now, it's just crazy to me. I just find it too crazy. We're from a different generation. We were raised in the '90s, born in the late '80s. Um, our generation was more of the fuck you generation, and this generation is more of like the crybaby generation. Like everybody's crying for this or that. I mean, everybody's making a racial war. More of that. That's because the more you repeat, it's more of the theory of like the more you repeat the lie, the more you'll believe it on yourself. So basically, that's what you're doing. It's like, oh, you're racist. No, not racist. That's not racist. It's just the fact that you were integrated with this idea and you think it's racist. It's probably more not racist. More of you just don't agree in that opinion. I mean, there is racism. Don't get me wrong. When racist opinions come up, then it's yes. When someone says, "Oh, Mexicans this," or "Black people are this," or you know what I mean, it's like that's racism. But when someone goes, "Well, you can't do that," it's like, "Oh, you're racist." I'm like, no, because there's what do you call it? Manners or not manners. Yeah, manners and standards. Like people are not following. There's incoherent ways of doing things, and there's coherent way of things to do it. Like I was explaining to Michael a little while ago that I mean as I was going to the gym, there was this girl in front of me, and then the courtesy thing to do is to hold the door open for the next person behind you. No, like what's the first thing that happens? Like this person just leave, like let's go the door, and then and then just kind of closes the door. That's kind of rude. I find that rude. That's because that's
yeah, that is pretty rude. I would have been kind of offended about
yeah,
that.
because that's what I mean by that. Like that's logical. But for anybody to think that racism this or black people that, you know what I mean? It's like it's just really retarded. Like like if I would say Barack Obama's a shitty president, a lot of people would go, oh, that's racist. I'm like, no, because I didn't mention anything about his race. It's more of like the points and the political things. It's not, that's different. That's two different things. That's really ignorant to think.
Yeah, it doesn't have to. It has nothing to do with the
Exactly,
skin
and
color.
a lot of these things are like a lot about races. I'm like, what are you talking about? It's like,
Like, honestly, I don't really give a shit who becomes president as long as they do a decent job. That's fine.
yeah,
It doesn't matter what gender they are or whatever. I don't care.
yeah, and that's why I don't understand about this society. But I think that's more of the millennial society. Like, you're over here, you fucking idolize celebrities, which really don't mean shit in reality. Like, you're idolizing an actor, a person who plays a fictional role, and instead of idolizing a person who doesn't play a fictional role, a person who actually means something. Like, no one, like, everybody's like right now, Assange, I guess they're saying that he committed a rape crime, and I'm like,
Wait,
"What?"
who?
Assange, the guy from WikiLeaks.
Oh,
They're saying that he committed a rape crime. I was like, how do you commit a rape crime when you're in the, I think it's the Colombian embassy, and you can't get out of the Colombian embassy because he's under watched eye. So you can't go around saying stupid shit like that. It was briefly too. Someone was like, "Oh, Assange committed a rape crime," and then all of a sudden it disappears. I mean, it's more of an allegation.
people like to spread rumors.
Yeah, it's because people are pissed off. Well, I want to say more political people are more pissed off because this guy was able to like spread a lot of truth, and they're pissed off that they were spreading. That's legal. We have the right to know. That's our constitutional right, the right to know.
Hmm.
And it's I find it incoherent for FBI, CIA, and all that shit to exist and keep hidden secrets. Oh, well, society won't be able to handle it. No, I think you don't want us to know because probably a lot of that money that you're spending is probably going to shit that shouldn't have been spent on.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of these drug wars were caused by our own government. I mean, a lot of these drugs are passing through, and then, I mean, even while Al Capone, all these mafias were happening, these were all hired by the CIA and FBI just to cause commotion. I mean, they were used to cross drugs. They were used to get rid of important people, and I don't understand. It means like that's a lot of money spent on evil shit. Like, you're using your power, at your advantage, like very irresponsibly. Like, I like, again, like, I don't believe that those things should ever exist. Oh, well, they're protecting the country. It's like, really, it seems like you're causing more of a commotion in this country than you are protecting it.
Hmm.
I think nowadays it's not even more like we're in war with other countries. I think we're more in war with ourselves now. It's not even, it's like we're slapping ourselves.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
It's like that cousin who grabs you and goes, "Why are you hitting yourself?" That's basically like America's our cousin and we're us.
Yeah.
So America's a cousin slapping me,
Yeah.
saying, "Why am I hitting myself?" I'm like, that's just doesn't make sense to me. Freedom of speech, like, even freedom of speech is starting to become very limited now. Like, you can't say much because you get arrested, or like even right now with the whole Dakota, what is it, the South Dakota pipeline? Like, those people are fighting for, like, those Native Americans are fighting for their land, and then they're constructing over it without their consent, and then these people are protesting it, and then all of a sudden you guys send out the Coast Guard out there, and then a fucking police officer like, wait, what are you doing? It's like, there's a pact that we signed a long time ago that we would never construct on top of these reservations.
Yeah, because they got a different law. They don't follow the same law
Yeah, exactly.
anywhere else. Because they got their. I don't know. I think the reservations, they have their own police.
Yeah, and then they're over here like trying to take their land away again, and then they're like shooting people, killing people, and doing all this weird shit. It's like, what the fuck are you doing? It's like, you can't go around, saying I'm an American, but when you're over here doing the same shit your ancestors did, how are you gonna call yourself an American? I would call you a terrorist. You're not even an American anymore. You're just like, to me. Well, I in reality never labeled myself an American because I'm not native. I'm not a Native American. I only go by my heritage. I don't go by where I was born. That's what it is. That's how I was raised. If I was raised the way I was raised by my race, like a Mexican and Japanese, I was raised Mexican, and I was raised Mexican. Michael here was raised Filipino. So, like, that's how we were raised. That's what do you got? That's, if we have kids, we pass down that same race type to them. That meaning that you are that one tradition that you're passing down. You're not, oh, I'm an American. It's like, no, you're not a bloodline Native American. So no, if you're over here white and saying, oh, I'm a fucking American, no, you basically what you did, or your ancestors did, came to this country, started killing a shitload of Native Americans, which is 90% of them were already wiped out. So you're meaning 10% of them are still around. So you basically did some bullshit crap, you know. You don't go around. You can't. You know what I mean? So you can't go around saying some ignorant shit, saying, "Oh, I'm an American." Nah. I think that idea of being an American, like someone, like society itself, integrated that in your head, so you can go out there and go, "Oh, I'm an American. I'm gonna go fight." But in reality, you. Oh, and not only that, like you get offended by it really quickly, meaning that like if someone offends you, then you're gonna go fight. That's integrated in your head, so you will fight and follow whatever these people who are in office or whatever will tell you, like, oh well, this guy's called us, we're like shitty, blah blah blah, whatever, and then that America sucks, and then you're gonna go over there like, oh, I'm gonna go kick his ass because he said America sucks. I'm like, no, you should probably see it in a logical way. You just see it in an ignorant way, saying I got offended because someone gonna talk shit.
Mm-hmm.
We're integrated into these ideas. A lot of these ideas. I mean, like a lot of what is it? A lot of revolutionists or these people who are what is it? Rioting and all this stuff. Don't see the big picture. I think they don't. They're not seeing the big picture. They're seeing the small little tiny picture. They're saying I'm fighting for this, but like, why are you fighting? Who committed? Like who created this group? I mean, you need to go behind everything. Like, you can't go follow one person and go, well, he's right. It's like, no, like, look at the facts. Don't going around saying some weird shit.
Yeah.
I don't understand. Like even the whole Donald Trump thing right now with the whole border bullshit. I think I forgot what happened. I think I was on Instagram, I think, and someone put in, well, if all Mexicans are complaining about like the wall getting bigger or like immigration being deported, how come you don't look at how come you don't Mexico doesn't put down the wall on Guatemala? Okay, I understand that, but you gotta understand too. A poor country can't help another poor country. It makes sense. It makes no sense. Meaning that if you leave, if you if you diminish that wall, that means that poverty will come to this poverty and become more poverty. I mean, what is it? One negative and another negative doesn't make a positive in this sense.
Mm-hmm.
It makes a negative. Like, you don't create a more positive thing. It just creates more problems. That's what, like, if you're complaining about that kind of stuff, you got to see at the Mexico's economic and financial background and Guatemala's financial and economic background. You gotta see it that way. The U.S. technically is now becoming a third world country, so that in that sense, but it's more, what do you call it? It's more ground. There's more land to, like, for people to spread around. That's probably what it is. But the other thing too is that anybody, it's like the child theory. You tell a child not to do that, and the child does it anyways. So if you put a wall up, someone's gonna jump it. That's just how it goes. Because there was never a wall in Mexico ever, between Mexico and the U.S. There was never a wall. People would come in and out like as they did, like as they will, like nothing ever happened. But all of a sudden, like I guess people started getting offended or something. Racism just happened. I guess in this sense, they started putting a wall up. Like, oh fuck no, you're not an American. Get the fuck out, hillbillies. I mean, that's how it just goes. I mean,
maybe they put up that wall just to filter some people, I guess.
Or that too, because and it's because of the
I
way.
mean, there's a legal process of like actually getting your citizenship. You know, I mean, you could probably come here for work and still live in Mexico, but I guess maybe it was an issue back then. You know, that's why they had to build that wall.
I believe, like in my sense, I believe, because back in those days the KKK existed and slavery started happening. Even in the 1960s, people were still being racist. Like, people were still racist. Like, fuck. But you, like, because when I saw the whole election thing happen about the whole Donald Trump shit, and then it shows the map. It shows the map of who voted for Donald Trump and who didn't. And then you can see that all the southern states voted for Donald Trump, and almost all the northern states voted for Hillary, meaning that Donald Trump said some racist shit, and then these racists went, oh well, neo-Nazi party and so on voted for these motherfuckers. You know what I mean? It's like, so you can tell by that by a map, you can tell who's racist. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So even during this time, there was racism. So you probably saw a lot of these assholes going, "Oh fuck no, like they're not white," and type of shit. And it's like, you just put a fucking wall up. Who fucking cares? Fuck them. And it's probably that's what just happened. People just became racist. It's like even in Texas between what, Mexico and Texas, there's a wall too. And then if I mean Texas is known for what, for like a bunch of hillbillies or a bunch of rednecks, not hillbillies, rednecks.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm pretty sure that's what it was. It's like, oh fuck you. It's like, oh, you're taking my woman and all this shit. It's like, fuck, like dude, like gotta chill out. Like if that wall wasn't there, people wouldn't be as forceful to want to come in. It's just people just coming in and out like anything else. Like if you left the door open at your house right now, he's like anybody's is free to come in. People just come in and then they would get out. Eventually that's how it works. I mean, but if you say don't come in, people can come in more. That's how it works. It's just like agitating a child. That's if you say no to the kid is gonna want to do it more. Like I mean that's how it works with everything. It's like don't break this law. Don't smoke weed. I'm gonna smoke weed because you said no. That's just how it works. We're still primitive to these things.
Mm-hmm.
We're still children, I guess you can say, in that sense. But I don't know. I'd like to tell you the truth. Even all this immigration bullshit and race bullshit started happening while Bush was still in office. Like Bush created the CBP, which is the U.S. Customs, and he started giving more was it more he was more focusing on immigration, and then while that was happening, then more shit started happening after that because we were like, oh yes, fuck them off. Like no, fuck Mexico, and all this shit started happening. Before that, none of that ever existed. No one even cared. It's like, oh well, wait, you know what? That's just normal. But then when this white dude comes in and started mentioning about immigration, all of a sudden everybody starts focusing. And then you got Bush, and you had Barack Obama doing the same shit, and then everybody else is doing the same shit. Oh, immigration this, immigration that. I was like, what happened back in the 90s? No one was ever concentrating. Not even Bill Clinton was concentrating on this shit. He never even mentioned anything about that shit. Like we were doing our own thing. No one you focus on one viewpoint and everybody idolizes that's one person who focuses on this viewpoint. Everybody's gonna go with it. That's how it goes. Yeah. This one person leads. It's like kind of like religion. Religion's an idea that everybody follows one person's idea, and that's how it works. I mean, like everybody's like, no, he's right. I support him because all you think the same, or you probably convinced that that's right. And I was like, that's how it works. Like you're integrated with these ideas. I do like even myself. I fall into these things sometimes, and I catch myself like, well, what am I doing? You know?
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Like I know the system. The system works. The system works in more of a state system. The system in the country wise, like a whole country, doesn't really work because then you have a lot of people disagreeing on a lot of things, and it's just, that's why that's why I don't believe in the systems. Like I don't believe one president. Oh well, this person, like my vote counts. No, it doesn't. I think that this all shit. Like this is all bullshit. These people are already people. What is it? People are not elected. They're selected by these one percenters. If you let's say you do a proposition in your state or in your community, that counts because it's one little small shit. It's one little.
Yeah, I mean, even now that Donald Trump is president, I'm sure there's a lot of things that he's going to change. Like certain laws are going to probably be. There's probably going to be a lot of law changes. Probably, I'm sure of it.
I don't know, but I know like I
like
feel
even now, like the smoking age in California is 21 now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, maybe that does prevent certain minors from not smoking, but then you also got to factor in that they could probably still buy cigarettes other places. Like maybe ask people,
Yeah.
or if they look old enough, they won't even fucking card you because. Yeah, I mean, I don't look like I look like I'm old enough to smoke and everything. Like, but I every now and then I still get carded some places, but not everywhere. So.
Because of like I was saying, the whole protesting, the way that I'm seeing it is that the reason they want to get rid of Trump is because Soros wants Hillary to get into presidency because he can do whatever he wants, and then all this weird crazy bullshit will happen, all this like crap that we don't want to happen, like everything that was shown in movies, like Civil War, martial law, and all this crap. Like she does seem like bad news. Like again, her family and all those families have been into this political crap for centuries. Like, these people have been there for centuries. There's never been a new person that has not been there. You know what I mean? Like there's people. The other people came from Yale, Stanford, and all this crap. So like these have history into these offices, and like that's the only people we see. We never see anybody different except for Trump. I mean, Trump. The only history he has is, well, he has a lot of weird history. He is ignorant, but I think he's the oddball on this sense. The oddball that we don't know what's gonna happen, but we'll see what happens, because I don't think not even the person, even the people in Congress don't even like him either. So I think what's going on right now is just that like people, this Soros funding rioters to try to take this fool out, and so once Hillary gets in, he can do whatever the fuck he wants. He can, like, what do we call it? Do some weird shit, bro. Make some damage. In other words, you can say Trump. Right now, Trump is, it's like, I heard that Trump and Putin are actually talking. So I mean, I don't mind. Like, I don't. We've been scared of Russia for too long, and I think we should always make a pact with Russia. I mean, because Russia is a big ass fucking country. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, Russia is like big ass country. These fuckers went through the Bolshevik party bullshit, and then they went through the whole famine thing. Like, these people are strong. I mean, they being our allies would be, a good thing in a sense, to protect each other. Not only that, the guy, like, this one dude controls almost every branch of his own country. He controls even like KGB, which is like the CIA of their own types. Like, fuck, he's like, he fights too. He does judo. Fuck, what president in here do you see do judo? Nobody. I don't think anybody does judo here.
No.
Yeah, like, if it was up to me, and then like, oh, we're going to war, it's like, how about that president and that other dude that controls their own country get in a fight and let them sort it out, instead of sending honest people out there believing that this problem is their problem. In reality, it's this dude's personal problem.
Yeah, that's one thing, that if another country is having problems, I understand, like, we're allies to certain countries, but we shouldn't have to get involved in something we didn't cause,
Yeah, as a society.
Like, why get involved if you don't have to,
Yeah, because I mean, in reality, everybody's like the whole ISIS thing is like, oh, ISIS is this. We funded ISIS, and then Russia trained ISIS. I mean, in reality, that's what happened. We gave them a lot of our weapons. I mean, there's signs where, like, missiles have the U.S. Stamp on it, and there's like guns that have the U.S. stamp, cars that even have the U.S. stamp on it. And then this was back in the day. This is like way like in the 90s, but back early 90s, they trained them to get rid of the jihads. And I guess, I don't know what happened, and they started using them in a corrupt way. The U.S. started using it in a corrupt way. That's why Putin was was like spewing all the truth about it. That's why Putin was like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "We trained them for them to get rid of their own terrorists, but then the U.S. is using them to create this commotion. Like, it's just creating this weird, like, you can use ISIS as any excuse. It's like, oh, well, we're gonna go shoot up this house because they wanted to join ISIS, and in reality, it was more because this person probably wanted to spew up a lot of truth. Right now, there's a lot of reporters who've been shot because they exposed the government. Like, there's been a lot of fucking reporters who've been shot for exposing a lot of fucking truth, and all of a sudden, like, no one wants to investigate. It's like, oh no.
What was the word for that? It's called when they expose shit like that. It's a fucking word for that. I'll get back to that.
Yeah. So, but in reality, this is all this right now. The political views are really causing a commotion. I'm not. I believe in the people. I don't believe in one person controlling the people. I believe in us as a society, to be able to control. I mean, because these people, like, obviously, like I said, like, money controls everything. Money can buy you someone to kill. Like, you can buy someone off and go, hey, how about you kill this person? Like, oh, for a certain amount, of course. I mean, money can do a lot of things. Money can do a lot of shit. But what happens when the whole thing that happened in World War II in Germany? That money was it didn't exist anymore. That money had no value. They started burning it. What happens if that happens here? Same shit. People will riot, and people won't even know what to do at that time. People would be so confused, like, what the fuck I'm gonna do? I don't work anymore. It's like, survive, bitch. That's what you do. You survive. Don't kill yourself. How about you work together? Obviously, there's bad people that just are ignorant. I remember talking to a dude a while back. He's like, if I can sacrifice my kid for money, I would, because I could make another one. I was like, oh fuck, this is some cold hearted shit. Like, this is what he literally said. I would sacrifice that motherfucker quick, just so I could make $1 billion. I'm like, what? I would. So money is more to you than a person's life? Fuck that shit. I'm good. I don't want to rumble. Fuck that.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, I believe in the people. I don't believe in a bunch of rich assholes who've been in there for generations. Like, he's been in that fucking office for generations, you know? It's like, fuck that. But yeah, I probably will skate away from the subject now, because I think it's one of those things that's really, what do you call it? Like, really, it kind of pokes at people's breaking point, and people are like, oh, what are you talking about? I mean, I guess, because I'm a big conspiracy theorist. Like, not a conspiracy theorist, I like conspiracy theories. I'm not a theorist, because I don't make my theories. I kind of just read about it, put puzzles together, and I'm like, okay, well, this sounds more logical than believing that, I don't know, believing some other bullshit. I don't know, that celebrities are clones and all this shit.
Yeah.
I don't believe in that. I can't believe in that because there's no proof that celebrities are clones. I mean, even though like some people are saying that, but yeah, like on the political view, that's my political view on these things. That's what I believe in. I believe more in the people, and like how the Constitution says, we the people. That's what I believe in.
Exactly.
I'm not a communist. I'm not whatever. I'm not none of that shit. I'm more of a freedom, not freedom fighter, but a freedom speaker. You know. But yeah, the whole conspiracy theory, like, I've read about these conspiracy theories where some guy named Donald Marshall, it says that he was a clone, and then like the Illuminati got him, and then they'll kill him and all that shit, but he'll like his memories gets transferred to his clone body, and he becomes again and some shit like that. And then a lot of the celebrities are clones. It's crazy, dude.
I don't know if I believe all that. That's
yeah, exactly. That's why I don't believe in those kind of conspiracies. I was like, that's too much to like. That sounds way too movie-ish for me to like. Oh, because a lot of people believe that Britney Spears is a clone. A lot of people believe that Paul McCartney is a clone. Like I think Paul McCartney said a quote about that. It's like, oh yeah, but the real Paul McCartney doesn't exist, but I'm the clone. A lot of people think that Eminem is a clone. All this weird shit. I'm like, how? What? It's like, I don't know. Show me some proof, like real hard, factual proof that says that these people are clones. Because I can't believe that. Like, I can read it and be fascinated.
Yeah, that's too much.
Yeah, I could be fascinated by it, but I can't believe it. I know we have the whole chromosome thing and how we can make replicas of body parts and replicas of bodies, but you can't. I don't think you can create that. I mean, if you're like, I know there's 3D printers that make replicas of body parts, but I don't think because it creates everything that you need for a body part. But if you create a brain, I don't think that would be possible. I don't think you can create the brain.
I don't think we're that far yet.
Yeah, because that's too much. I think that's too advanced for anybody. That's a person's mindset. That's a person's I guess book. That's the person's literature in their own brain. Like there has to be something behind that. It's like, it's crazy. I don't know. That's just insane though. But I hope we never turn into the clones thing. And then this whole FRI. You know what? I haven't heard anything about the FRI chip yet, but I feel like there's gonna be something more into it again.
What the hell was that?
Where they want us to be integrated with chips in our arms.
Oh.
Yeah. Like my theory is that the only possible way that would ever happen is that if our generation that right here, is that if we're all killed off, and then this new millennial generation, we just go with it. Because I've noticed that this millennial generation just goes with everything, like they'll like, oh yeah, like hipster this, you know what I mean? Like all these people, like all this new generation, They'll go with anything that anybody says. But our generation just goes, "Well, that's retarded." Like I don't want. We're like again, we're the fuck you generation, and it's like this generation is like the boohoo. Like I believe that in order for the chip to be integrated into us, they will have to kill us off, and this other generation that goes with everything will be the ones who are like, oh yes, I want a chip right here, motherfucker, you know, type of thing. I mean, yeah, I don't want no fucking chip in my body. Where in someone's right mind is like that's really pretty. Who I don't know. It's like I don't. It makes no sense to me. Like I would not want a fucking chip in my body whatsoever.
Nope.
Yeah, this is crazy. Like I always believed, like I always thought that having like an armor, you know, like the armor that it recognizes your handprints on your facial features, whatever,
Yeah.
and then you can wear it. That's cool. But integrating a chip, that's different. Like I would never want that. Like if a system knows your whatever your physical, your genetics, whatever, that's cool. But not. I don't want nothing in my body like, well, here you just insert. There's some people that go with it too. It's like, how does that even make sense to you? It's like, why would I want that? Like I prefer to be on. Like I'm a natural person. I don't want anything put in my body that doesn't belong there. That's how I am. I don't.
Exactly.
No, fuck that, dude. It's like who does that? Yvonne Flox? No, no. Evangelion does that, right? No, not even the Japanese movies do that. Except for Ghost in Shell does that, huh? The cyborg.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ghost in Shell is the only one that depicts it, but the other ones like the other anime that I mentioned, they don't do the whole chip thing. It's more of like the robot knows their body and knows who they are. That's alright, but not you know, not putting fucking robots in my system. Like I understand if you like you need it because your arm's chopped or something. That's you know that makes sense. But but if you're fully worked and then you put like a fucking like a chip just for fun, or you put like a camera eye because it's just for fun. It's like no, I'm good. I don't want anything none of that shit. Cause there's some guy who integrated like a Wi-Fi antenna in his brain where he controls the internet. It's like I don't want to do that. That's just yes, it's weird. That's just causing trouble. If technology is advancing and computers can control itself, I mean that's you know that's already causing commotion because you're integrating internet to your head while this machine can do actually things for you and can think on its own. Then that means it can control you over.
Yeah, I don't want to be controlled.
Yeah, I don't really do it. I don't understand that. But yeah, like but yeah, I guess there's too many conspiracy theories about all these shits and political. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I know Pony's talking all about this stuff. Like, that's probably why I'm not giving like any feedback because I'm not too big on like these whole conspiracy theories like he is. You know, like certain things, but for most part, I just kind of stay away from it.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably listening now. We're at the 42-minute mark, and I haven't really said too much about these subjects because of that. I don't know. It's. I mean, we've said it before. We try not to get into anything like. Maybe we'll lightly touch like little subjects about like conspiracies and like very small percentage of like maybe like political shit, but for the most part, we just want to talk about other things besides those things.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's what I think. But I don't know. But in reality, like we mentioned before, we'll probably try to see if we can talk about what bands.
Yeah, and like right now we're using. I've been I don't know, maybe like soon, I don't know, maybe sometime next week, or I'll probably get a new mic so the sound quality is a lot better than what it is now. I mean, I'm not saying that it's bad, but it could be better than this.
True.
Cause it's not recording stereo; it's mostly mono, so it's.
Wait, did we talk about last time? Like, did you do you believe in ghosts? None of that stuff. No.
I don't know if we did. I have to go back to the other podcast.
But do you believe in ghosts?
No.
Do you believe what do you believe in? Like, what is your belief? Like, do you believe? Are you a man of science? Or are you a man of, or both? Like half and half.
Science and what though?
Science and the afterlife type of thing.
Oh well. I don't know. I guess you could say half. I don't know. I'm not too big on any of those things really, like aliens and you know paranormal whatever.
Because you never had seen anything, huh?
No.
No, huh? But that's. But do you believe there's life after death, or do you believe that your body's that conscious mind just dies out and bam?
I don't know. That's. I mean, I want to say that maybe there is. Maybe you get reincarnated as something else, but at the same time, I think when you die, you just die. That's it. There's nothing more.
True.
But I don't know who's to say because there's no real proof of it, like an afterlife or whatever, you know.
That's true. But do you believe like in the supernatural, like witches and demons and ghosts and?
Yeah, I don't know about that.
No.
That's kind of like. I don't know what to say about that. Really.
Well, let me put an example. Like, do you believe that if you fuck with a Ouija board, you're fucked?
I don't know. I never tried that.
More of this, like, would you ever want to play the Ouija board?
Probably.
Really? Oh,
yeah,
fuck no.
Probably.
There's too much history behind that shit that kind of scares me.
It's just something somebody created. I don't know. They think that paranormal exists in that thing. I don't know.
But like the reason I don't play it is because I've heard stories and then there's too much history, bad history about it. And I'm like, I'm not touching that. Like there's too much bad juju on it. You know what I mean? Like I would never touch that. I can't. And like I was just look at it like fuck that. I'm out. Like if you ever brought a Ouija board, it's like I would just fuck up your room and go fuck you. No, no, I would just walk out. I was like, oh dude, you're on your own on this one. But yeah, like I would never fucking touch that. There was a point in my life. Maybe that I wanted to like fuck with it because I love the supernatural, but then I kind of just like, oh no, I'm not touching that shit. I'm good. I'm pretty happy as is.
Yeah.
I would like no, like what like let's say I don't know like you so but you're like you said like you I think you're more of a man of science if I'm correct.
I suppose so. Like there has to be proof behind everything. I suppose yeah.
Ah okay. So like let's say that you one day you're sleeping. And then you hear like someone in your bathroom tapping on the tub. You probably think it's your uncle, huh? No.
Tapping on the tub? What?
No, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, what would you do? You're gonna go investigate, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you start investigating. You like hear the tap. You're like, what the fuck is that? What would you? What's your first initial thought? It was like, what's going on in there?
I'll just go check it out and see what the hell it is, you know.
And then what's your speculation behind it?
I don't know, man. I mean. I don't know, like something like that. I'll probably think it's like fucking water, like dripping or some shit like that.
Okay, how about this? Like, how about like, let's say you're in your living, like, you're at your living room or your kitchen, and you're eating, right? And you see the fucking chair just go, you just move. What was the first initial reaction to that you actually saw physically?
I don't know. I mean, it's hard to say what would I how I react to that because it hasn't happened yet.
True.
When it happens, then I'll know. But for now, I can't really say what I'll do. You know.
Because I think I would freak the shit out. I was like, oh fuck, what the fuck is that?
I mean, there were certain things that has happened while I was here, like lights would turn on by themselves, but that's only because there's like a power. Like,
oh yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, that has nothing to do with like the paranormal or whatever. You know.
Because, like, I believe in the paranormal, but at the same time, I put fact into it. I don't go, oh my god, someone turned off the light. And I'm like, oh, it blew up.
Yeah, like there's like this lamp. There's no switch to it. You just touch the metal and it turns on by itself. It's in our living room, which is like at the end. And sometimes, well, it doesn't happen anymore, but sometimes that turns on by itself. But that's just because maybe... I don't know, the power just like maybe it gets power from somewhere. I don't think it's like a ghost doing that shit. Like that's not the first thing that comes to my mind. I mean, maybe there are like as far as like paranormal, I don't really know if that exists or not, but maybe aliens do. Because when I was a kid, like I used to think they do. Maybe there is life on other planets, you know. Maybe there's an alternate Earth or something, you know.
Mm-hmm. Like dimensions.
Yeah.
That's a possible thing.
Yeah.
Like I believe there's like probably a doppelganger of other people.
Yeah, like there could be like another world where we're different genders or some shit like that, or we're fucking animals, or you know, just shit like that.
Yeah. No, I see what you mean.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But I believe in the paranormal. I have to believe in the paranormal.
I don't know, like I have never experienced anything with the paranormal.
I'm amazed that you never like almost a lot of people experience paranormal,
No, not me.
especially in the Filipino race. There's a lot of superstition.
Well, yeah, maybe my family members have, but for me, I haven't experienced shit.
Damn,
Yeah,
you're one of the
So-
lucky ones that's never experienced.
I don't know if
nothing
I'd
but-
say lucky, but it's just never happened. Maybe it will eventually happen. Then maybe I will become a weaver, but right now I don't really care.
Fuck that. But yeah, I find the supernatural amazing. Like, well, not amazing. Like more of like interesting. More of, because I don't know. Is there something right behind it that's like, oh fuck? Because when you get that tingle in your back, like, whoa, what the fuck? And then you look around, you look back, and there's like, oh, there's nothing there. Or, like even science can actually backs this up. Like when you're like, let's say you're sitting down at a busy, not a busy. Maybe you're sitting down somewhere, right? Outside, and you're just sitting down. You're probably just like, I don't know, staring at your phone, and you feel like someone's staring at you, and then you look over and someone was staring at you, but because you sensed it. They call it the peripheral instinct, where like you're like while you're like doing something, you can sense someone, because I believe that everybody's connected. I feel like everybody's has their own aura, or I believe that everybody has their own energy that you can sense. Like we can sense a lot of things. We can like mothers can sense when their children are in danger, or like animals can sense when something bad is gonna happen. Like that. Like that's crazy. I find that really crazy. Like that. I don't believe we have superpowers. I don't believe in superpowers and all that shit. It's just I think that's just your body, going through its adrenaline, where the adrenaline kind of just pushes.
I mean, superpowers would be kind of cool, like super strength, or or flying, or super speed. I wanna run really fast. That sounds fun.
But that's crazy though. Like they say there's people that exist because, but I mean that's just due to training. Like super strength is due to training. Running fast is due to training without smoking.
Well, I'm not talking about what our body.
Oh, you're talking about like Flash type.
Yeah, like I'm talking about like superpowers, like Yeah, I'm not talking about that.
Yeah, and then that's crazy because even when I looked into that, and I started looking into like time travel.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's a lot of like YouTube videos, a lot of reports on like time travel. Like there's like,
I don't know, the whole time traveling thing. I don't know. I mean, it's an interesting idea, going back in time and seeing like things like, I don't know, just anything,
because they're like
a certain time period, whatever.
There's like pictures. Supposedly there's pictures of people who like were using modern technology that never existed during that time.
Yeah, there's like I don't know. I think there's like a pitch from like the 1960s of a guy that they called him like the what is it? What the fuck was it? Shit. Well, it was a picture of some dude that looked. He was wearing like modern time clothes from this era back then. But then that was debunked because a lot of the shit he was wearing was from that era anyways. It just seemed like he was out of place. What the hell did he call him? Like the hipster of the past or some bullshit like that. And then there's another one of a lady. I don't know. I think it was like a movie set or some lady walking by. It looked like she was on the phone or something, but it wasn't.
I know that those things I've seen.
Yeah.
Because I really feel like people were like jumping to shit really quick like that. I was like, oh my god, look, he's using a cell phone. It's like, you can't even see what the fuck that is. Like, the person can be like,
how
this.
can you tell what it is?
She could probably be doing this, like rubbing her cheek.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I mean? It's like people don't understand. It's like, what? Like I watch ghost videos almost all the time, and I always watch ghost videos, and I could debunk almost all of them too. And people quickly jump into like, oh my god, it's a ghost. I'm like, no, that's not a ghost. That's just someone who like, look. If there's a camera that's focusing in one area, it's not accidental. It's purposely. If you're you're making video of somebody, you're just going, oh look, like casually.
Yeah, see the thing about those videos about like paranormal and shit, that could be easily fake.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell what's not fake. I mean, well, you could. I mean, honestly, you could tell it's fake, but a lot of people just like to fabricate like a lot of those paranormal things.
Yeah, and a lot of the videos I watched, I debunked a lot. Like why are you flashing? Why are you taping a fucking wall? Because like that means that you purposely put that fucking camera on the wall, knowing that you were gonna do something about it. You're making it seem like they they accidentally filmed it. I'm like, no. Like, the only way that I would believe that you accidentally filmed something is that if you're filming somewhere casually and laughing and whatever, and then all of a sudden behind the people are like something happens. I'm like, oh shit. Instead of you like filming the people and all of a sudden you go to an empty spot, meaning that you wanted to fake something on the empty spot.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you. That's on purpose. You do that on purpose because you know you're gonna do something fake. I can tell when something's fake. Like there's a video on YouTube where in Russia there's some guy filming a apartment complex from his window, and then there's literally this big long-legged and long-armed thing starts climbing the wall. I'm like, bitch, really? That looks so fake. And why are you filming a fucking apartment complex? Like, you're not saying anything. You're just filming it. You're like, oh, like he's not doing anything. You know what I mean? It's like you purposely do that. Like,
Yeah.
and people feed into like, oh my god, like this is real. Like what is it? What's this guy's name? The Stickman? No, what is it? Fuck. It was like this supposed lore, like this lore. Like if you like see this long-legged, long-armed person with no face with a suit.
Oh, you're talking about Slender Man.
Slenderman, yeah.
Yeah.
So like if you see this person that or this thing, that you'll die eventually die. But this was created in 1993 by this guy who entered a contest who created this folklore about Slenderman, and that's where he came from. And a lot of people started believing on this shit, and they started making all these fake pictures of it. And I'm like, oh, what the fuck? Because even I knew that was fake. It's like, why would a person in a suit come and try to get you? That makes no sense to me. That's like Candyman, I guess you can say.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I still believe in those other things. Like I don't not the Blair Witch Project. Like I believe if you go into a house where all this weird shit happened, you'll probably see some shit. Like you're probably like, I don't believe in the Whaley House. Like the Whaley House,
Those are just like mostly just.
Just scary because how you make profit out of like a house like that. That means you're like doing something in order.
Those are just landmarks, you know. Those are not really. I don't know. I mean, I've never been to the Whaley House, like that Old Town, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, maybe it's just to attract, like people to come in, but I don't know if it was actually haunted or not.
Yeah, no, but like I believe in those things. Like I don't know why. Because I've seen some shit. That's because of that reason. I've seen some shit where I'm like, oh my god, that's crazy, type of thing. Because my family comes from what do you call it? I don't know what they call it here. Pueblo. I don't know what's in English.
What does it mean?
Pueblo means like a little area, like a little town.
Okay.
Like little towns in Mexico. And then my family's background are they used to do white magic.
Mm-hmm.
They call it white magic. It's still witchcraft. It doesn't matter what it is.
Mm-hmm.
White, black, it's witchcraft. But
what's the difference?
That one is good and one is bad.
So black magic's bad then?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, so but it was witchcraft either way. You're fucking with bad shit. In all sense, all this shit is bad. But
like, what kind of things did they do?
Like heal, help.
Then that's good shit then.
Yeah, but still you're fucking with the.
Yeah.
It's still witchcraft.
Natural order of like things.
Yeah,
whatever.
exactly. And then so they come from this type of background. A lot of my my older family have like they seen shit. They sense shit. Like my grandma senses when like we're in danger. She calls us up. My mom senses when she's in danger. Like they live far apart. Like now they live in El Centro, but when she lived in San Diego and she lived in Washington, my grandma lived in Washington. She was like my grandma would call my mom to see what was going on, or my mom would call my grandma because they would start sensing shit. I used to sense my mom. Used to. I don't sense it anymore, probably because of all the drugs and all the substance I put in my system.
Mm-hmm.
But I used to be able to sense my mom. Like I would sometimes be depressed, or sometimes I would be feel like I was crying. Like I would feel like a ball in my throat, and I feel like I wanted to cry. I'm like, why the fuck is that?
I don't like that feeling.
Yeah, see,
it's
exactly.
Weird.
But I'm like, I never, like, in my head, I'm like, okay, I'm not thinking nothing bad. Nothing bad has happened to me. I'm not depressed. So I would call my mom. I was like, are you okay? She goes, yeah, why? It's like, are you sure? It's like, you didn't cry? She goes, yeah, I cried. It's like, why do you cry? It's like, because of my brother this or my sister that. I'm like, all right, because of this kid, I would tell her because I sensed that you were sad. It's like, oh, okay, so it's okay. And then one day I was at work over there in LA. I used to work at a baby clothing store, like I mentioned before.
Mm-hmm.
I was working at the counter. My coworker was relieving me, and when she came in through the door, I sensed like I was sad. Like I started, like I literally felt. Okay, well, in other words, I sensed that I wanted to cry with the whole fucking ball, the ball in my throat.
Yeah. Yeah.
She comes in, and I asked her, "Are you okay?" And she's white, and she was like, "Are you okay?" She goes, "Yeah, why?" So I like, "Are you sure you're okay?" Because I feel like you want to cry. She goes, "How do you know that?" It's like, "Because I feel like I want to cry." So yeah, how do you like something just happened a little while ago, and I wanted to cry so bad, but I couldn't. And I'm like you can sense it. Like you're one of those people that can sense that. I'm like, in a sense, but now I can't sense that shit, dude. I like my whole. It's because I work at a hotel. I can't sense shit. There's too much energy coming out of this fucking gas. You know what I mean?
Mm.
There's too much energy, so I can't. I don't sense these things anymore. Like once in a while, like I'll feel. I think I feel it, but I don't. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm not that type of person. I don't sense those kind of things, you know.
I do, dude. I don't know.
Like if I'm somewhere else and then the person that I'm thinking about is having some issues, I'm not gonna go like, oh, something's happening. I'll call them up and like, no, that's not something that I have, you know.
Yeah, no, but like I like my family.
But if I'm in the same room as a person, I could tell if the person's having a bad day. There's like vibes, you know.
Yeah, there you go. See, that's what I'm talking
Yeah.
about. Like you can sense these things. Like my that's what I'm saying. Like my family used to be because of these things. I can sense these things, but because of all the shit that I went through, I can't sense these things anymore. I can't sense anything anymore. Like my body doesn't let me. Like I don't know what happened. Probably it got so overwhelmed with so much energy that came through. You know those freaking walls of that building that I work at. Or probably it's because of the job itself. There's too many people coming in and out. You kind of like, oh shit, you know. It's just you kind of get desensitized from all this shit. But yeah, like I can't. But I believe in the supernatural. That's the main reason I believe in it. Cause again, like my mom's seen some shit. Like she's seen a ghost. Like she saw. It's like one day. No, my grandma one day was going to school, and then like I said, this is a pueblo. This is a place where it's just no. It's not. There's no pavement. It's just all dirt and fucking farming areas. And then they're walking. They some like their school is about 2 miles away, so they're walking from their house to the school. And then as they walk, they on their peripheral vision they see like a guy on a horse, but they see the guy on the horse. It's like a samurai because during that time there were samurais in Mexico, not samurai, but there was like Japanese
Okay.
with kimonos, I guess you can say.
All right.
And then she saw something shining, and this person, they would see this periodically when they were going to school, and then it was always at this one tree, and then they will always see the sword shining. So one day they decided to get close, and then this weird thing started chasing them, and they as they were running and they looked back, the thing disappeared out of the blue. So they never knew why that was happening, but then a report came in that under that tree itself there was gold. Someone buried gold in that tree, and I guess these people got rich off of it. My grandpa one day said that, like I said, it's a pueblo. They went out to get some water from the well, and this is during the night. So he's walking down like probably half a mile to get some water from the well, and as he's getting water from the well, he everything gets starts getting foggy, right? And then I guess he says that someone pulled his hair, and all of a sudden he just pulled him back, whap, and he said he ran. He like just ran to the house. Like he didn't know what the fuck happened. He never went back to that area. But all this weird shit would happen. Well, these pueblos, like these things just always happen too. I mean, those that it's because it's all this weird shit that happens. Like even in Mexican tradition, there's a lot of witchcraft that happens. I mean, it's just natural. Like I think every race has their own witchcraft. Like Jamaicans have voodoo, and white people have some other shit. I don't know what it is. Oh no, it's I know what it is. I used to know it. Ah, fuck. They used to make shows off of it too. I don't know. It's just Celtics and all this shit has weird witchcraft on it. I don't dwell on it. I don't really like. Aleister Crowley, I guess, is one of them. Yeah, supposedly he was a wizard, and he practiced witchcraft, and he started taking like
Yeah.
what he did. He went to France one day, and then he inhabited his house, and I guess he was doing witchcraft where like a shitload of people will go pack into the house, even kids, and they were start having sex with each other, even kids. Like they were, yeah. Anything went. Like supposedly this would give him more power and all this shit. I don't know, dude. It was just crazy creepy. It's like all right, and then that's what we use now. Like the all seeing eye. That he used to use that a lot too. Like all this like symbolism comes from the Aleister Crowley bullshit. I don't know, dude, it's crazy. That's why the Beatles sing about Aleister Crowley too. I don't know, dude. But the supernatural is crazy.
Yeah, no, I can't really say much about that. Like I said, I never experienced
But
anything like that.
your grandma never told you anything? I mean, your grandma never told you anything about it? Or your dad never told you anything about it?
Well, maybe my grandma has, but I don't really remember. It was probably a long time ago. But, you know.
No ghost stories whatsoever?
I don't know. Maybe she has told me some ghost stories, but I just don't remember them because it's been so long.
Shit.
But I don't know. It's not something I've experienced, so I can't say anything really. So
So I think right now we're probably going to an intermission really quick, huh?
I guess so. We'll probably come back and probably do like another, not like 10 minutes or so.
Yeah.
Read at about an hour and 5 minutes.
Take a quick smoke.
Okay, we'll be back. All right, welcome back. Yeah, we just took a little small intermission. I think we're just gonna close it out now because we talked about a lot already, and besides we're already at an hour and 5 minutes, about to be an hour and 6 minutes. So I guess there's nothing much to really talk about anymore. I mean, I don't know, with this podcast, I think we didn't really, well, we weren't exactly prepared for it, but you know, we kind of talked about things that we normally wouldn't talk about, but I guess that's okay. Yeah, so yeah, the whole thing with the mic situation, I'll probably get a better one that has better sound quality, and that's pretty much it. Anything else to add?
Nah, I guess that's pretty much it. I mean, just keep your eyes open.
Alright, well, anyways, yeah, I'll probably have this uploaded on YouTube probably sometime tonight. It shouldn't take too long since there's no video. Maybe like 15-20 minutes, I don't know. But, yeah. Alright, once again, this is Ziggy.
This is Pony.
Alright, we'll see you guys later.